ebintu bitatuhwaho omukisa ogutwine UNESCO netukwatiraho netuha ensimbi ha buli 18 naitwa bakama bakantu tutehezo 20 ab'empago ekintu kyaitu tutemu engaro.
Wow, good morning everyone, wherever you are. Let me hope that everyone is doing well. Hona hamuli mwebale yo hona hamilima yimukukora kandi mwebale muno those who are working kandi bulikiro imbaterera ntabantu abatakwenda gukora abachana mbitambu byamere sazino mweke kubyamere nako nukorole nyencha ngo otandi nayo ho ragenda rundo bora bene chokora uboli muntu wa recognize the muntu wa kwiwe kitinisa hawe byone byokozireki ebyo gukora. So you guys wake up, go and work. Ikiro chahati, I'm not alone in the studio. Ndimuna His Excellency Arinda Osbat Owakabali, I think about the first guild president wa MMU timanyire tinesa bingi baitubyo nibyo musemerire, so nawe jako yanjuraho niko tugende maiso.
Yeah, thank you so much, our beloved moderator, and to our beloved viewers or listeners and people over there. My name is Arinda Osbat. I'm Ugandan and I'm an African. I'm a guild president emeritus for Mountains of the Moon University, and I served in the 15 students body. I served as a guild president. But above all, I work with Uganda National Students Association as the head of ideological clinics and study groups, and I've been running across the country to make sure we give a contribution to the process of inculcating the good norms, especially to the young people. Yeah, I think for meantime, that's me.
Okay, we have another visitor who is also going to introduce himself.
Good morning, our today's host, and good morning to our viewers. Chibira Derek is my name. I'm a Ugandan and a proud alumnus of the Mountains of the Moon University. I graduated in February with a Bachelor's of Arts in Economics. So we are happy to be here to discuss matters of the Alumni Association stroke convocation that we are headed for, and we have a general meeting on the 16th, which will be this week's Saturday. Thank you.
Okay. Tubatangirira muno imwe kandi those watching as usual on your host TRINAH when program ya Prito kandi Kilchahati. Nibyo tuzi kubazahe with the role of alumni, the stroke convocation in universities like Mountains of the Moon. Ekiro chati nje tukuja kubazao since we have the guild president wa Alhanu, so mtuenda kumanya who is an alumni. Atusoborea kuko so kubolia hero kumugamba no alumna kanta kikenge kigambe. So let him first explain nuko ituyongereyo maiso.
Thank you so much, moderator. The word alumni, it is a plural word, but a singular word, it is alumnus. Our colleagues over there, our university was established in 2005, but the first graduation was there in 2008, and recently it's when we were celebrating our 15th graduation at the Mountains of the Moon University, and as members of the community who managed to be the participants or people benefited from the Mountains of the Moon University. As my colleague told you, the Mountains of the Moon University admin, we are going to meet on Saturday, and on Saturday it's when we shall discuss more about the formation of admin and what are their responsibilities. Why do convocations in universities exist? The convocation or arming, its existence, it's not by the wish of the members of the university or the students who passed in the gates of alma mater, but it is a policy under Universities and Tertiary Institutions Act. The way you see, when there is a university, there are structures. This is Students' Guild, this is Top University Management, this is University Council, you know, then they are described.
Yeah.
But in the same document, the existence of convocation is paramount, because a university, when you join a university, you pursue your degree. After pursuing your degree, then they prepare you in advanced way.
Yeah.
You know, when you go to university, there is a big word which is very technical, universe. You counter-attack many things, politically, socially, economically, and many things. I think you have ever heard colleagues saying, if you go to the university, you don't get a husband, or you don't get, you know, a wife, it will be very difficult for you to get a member in the community. You understand?
Yeah.
Because you have been in the real world. So, as Mountains of the University, first of all, I appreciate the management for respecting the Universities and Tertiary Institutions Act of 2005 as amended to call the members of Armin to come together to discuss. The reason why the management take that part, because when the university became a public university in 2002, all documents by the law were to be called, to be discussed, because there were policies and a private institution.
Yeah.
Now, if it is a public university, they must be reviewed. And that time, it's when even the admin, or you know, its document, its guiding tool was to be discussed. So the primary purpose why we say our colleagues or dear brothers and sisters who happen to be in the gate, to pass in the gates of alma mater from 2008 up to recent, just yesterday of 2024, but it was for 2023. Those are 15 years.
Sure.
We are calling you our colleagues who passed the gates for the last 15 years. Let us meet. Why do we need to meet? One, we have people who have made it in life. We have people who are in intermediate region, and we have people who are not yet at zero, and we have people who may be even in negatives.
Yeah.
But we believe the moment we sit, we discuss, we have that leadership, then the leadership, its primary mandate will be to develop a document which is a policy that will be approved, which will be approved by the University Council. Then the moment the document is approved, that it will be the guiding tool, or call it a constitution. Then it's when you can say, we have this mandate. The word convocation, it comes like from, it is like a conference.
Yeah.
You merge, and it comes in most cases, or what happens is you find you have one annual meeting. That annual meeting, it is like a come together meeting. You discuss. When you discuss, it's when you identify the real things that should be worked on. And when you look at our university, you look at its mission, the vision, and the philosophy. They are very clear. Because the primary purpose, we have mainly three general words. Mission, vision, and the general establishment of Mountains of the University. If our vision is very clear, to be a center in excellence, in areas of teaching, research, and community engagements for sustainable development or sustainable solutions. So when you have such huge vision. You must have soldiers to hold it.
Okay.
That's why we call our colleagues, because the university, it's like another country. It is
So have
another
you
world.
tried like informing some of them?
Yeah, thank you so much. We have different social media platforms, and 3 days ago we had to send bulk messages to each and everybody. And I'm very happy with the management of 4TV for giving us this opportunity to come and make another calling.
Yeah.
Because I know our viewers over there, they're listening to us and they're going to share, the message to the entire community. So when they get the message, then they will turn up.
Okay.
And the way I've told you, the university, it's like another country. You have people doing journalism,
Yeah.
you have people doing economics, you have teachers,
Medics.
each and everybody is there. But therefore, they are at university. They are at University of Mountains of the Moon University. The university that was established by strong brains. I think you know Professor Rugumayo Edward.
Yeah.
You know Chief Justice Manyindo. You know the late Father Albert, and many other strong brains in the region who sat down and said, we need to pay back the people of Toro, the people of Uganda, the people of Africa, because we are here for a purpose. But as you're much aware, when you produce a child, you share with your child. Yours is to take care, because other factors will be constant. Your child will overstay than you. So there is no any other way how we can meet the founders of the mighty university who had the strategic idea to discuss with us when we were not organizing. I think over and over the time you have heard the government, even if it's the government, they say first make a group, get organized, then it becomes easy for the government to help you. So as a convocation and as Armin, we have a strong belief. When we sit down, we have our document, call it a policy or a constitution. It becomes very easy to invite Professor Rugumayo Edward to discuss with us furthermore. Because when you look at the history of Professor Rugumayo Edward Amonti, the person who happened to be the chairperson of National Consultative Council, the first High Commissioner of Uganda, South Africa, has been an ambassador, a minister, currently deals with botanical, he has botanical gardens. So he is a well-rounded and upright personnel whom we must utilize when he's still around. So surely those are technical areas where we find it is very important for us. And there are many roles why we must have a convocation or army in the society. One, our role is to make sure we give a supportive hand. We are the first ambassadors of the mighty university.
Yeah, true.
The only university that is located on ranges of Mount Windsor, in the Fort Portal city, the tourism city in Uganda, on the shores of Lake Saka, which is the best curator lakes. So there is no any other person who can give such explanation. There is no another person who can be an ambassador.
True.
But you are going to be an ambassador. Which message are you going to take? Because a convocation by the powers of the Universities and Tertiary Institutions Act, there will be member to be on the University Council. And the University Council, that is a governing board of the entire university. Whereby, if you have a representative, his primary call is to discuss on matters. How can we assist the university in these areas of teaching, research, and community engagement? And an area, for example, in community engagement, whereby most of us we are, and by the research which we got, because every student at Mountains of the University undergo a research program to go to the community. Those are many relationships which we have, and those two main factors has enabled students and has enabled the students who have passed in a matter to be very useful, to be trustworthy, professionalism, loyalty at work. There are many areas.
Yeah.
But so surely we find it very, very important and very appreciative to the government of Uganda, in the Ministry of Education and Sports, our management, especially our, in the university, the governing council, you have the chairperson council, other members of the council, you go to top university management, you go to other members of the community for giving us time and chance to interact and to give us hope we can do further. And when another point which I wanted to raise, when you have a strong convocation, when you focus your mind is on, I'm going to give an example like enrollment fund. You can be like, we as Army, we are going to help students who will fail to pay tuition their last semester. So what should we do? We are going to organize a marathon, and this marathon, our first target is to help women to conduct a marathon. We mobilize all these resources. The resources are going to mobilize. They are going to help students who are unable to pay for themselves in the last semester. That's something very important. As an army, as a body, our second area of interest is to be, we must take responsibility in recruiting many students to join the university.
Yeah, true.
Because we are the first ambassadors, and you must sell your brand. When I'm here, when I know most of our members over there, they are viewing us and they are watching us, and they are saying it to us. They feel part of us.
Yeah,
so
there
like
are others who are there and they are like, where should I go? I'm done with my HSC, so where should I
They are just
go?
confused. One, what I can tell to our dear brothers and sisters who are in their vocation of Form 6, Mountains of the Moon University is a public university. What is at Makerere? It is at Mountains of the Moon University. Actually, for us, we are very lucky because it is a fresh land.
Yeah, it is.
You know, when you go to Mountains of the Moon University, you love yourself. When I was there, from 2018, you could see many people coming to have just a view of Lake Saka. They climbed to our basins up there at university.
And then right now the structure is very nice.
Actually, that is a genesis. Because Mountains of the Moon University, when you get a chance, you cross check like on the master plan of the Mountains of the Moon University. You'll be like, this will be the heaven. It will be the center of Africa and the whole world. So, but to speed up the program, it's us, the members of Army, to give it extra care. And when you give it extra care, then economic growth and development will be boosted. If the program must take 4 years, 5 years, which means into 1 year, you must have achieved it. And when you have members of Army, as you know, university, its primary course is to make sure the research programs. And you know, at university, the big responsibility, the biggest responsibility of a student at university is to make research, to provide solutions to the society. So we have a strong belief, if we as members of Army sit down, we get able leadership, then we shall be in a position to develop research centers. And such research centers won't help on the Army or students of Mountains of the University or people of Toro, but they will be international research centers. Then we shall be in a position to provide solutions and everything. So, what will be the first primary purpose of leadership is to build the database. When you have a strong convocation, a strong army, then you'll be in a position to trace and build the best database system. Whereby, you know, Arinda Osbat graduated in 2021. He, Arinda Osbat, is Ugandan by nationality. He did a Bachelor of Arts with Economics. He got 3.9 CGPA. So it becomes easy, you know, TRINAH. She did her Bachelor's in Nursing. She performed this way. This is my brother Chibra Derek. He did bachelors of public administration. He got this marks. Then you have such a standard database. Then when you have such standard database, it becomes easy to call members, employers in outside the world, inside the real world. To tell them these are our students. Or if you're interested in a worker, we can supply you. So it becomes easy to help. It becomes easy for us to mobilize our minds, to get focused, and to solve such those minor issues. In economics, where on that issue of building the real database, you can be unemployed voluntary or involuntary. Voluntary, it's when jobs are there but you don't want. But sometimes jobs are there but you are ignorant. You don't know they do exist. You get. But when you have a strong umbrella, actually it is like a bargaining body, or a body that takes extra care because it is a mother, your mother. And even if there is a lecturer, is not an alumnus, but you are an alumni. You have that ownership. When I move, I see the bus of the university say, that's our bus. I own it. I feel, when somebody putting on a t-shirt with a badge of the university, I pick an interest. Be like, you are doing which course? Where do you come from? Because you become my sister, my brother, with immediate effect. So that's what we want to create, to build a name that is sustainable in solving these socio-economic challenges in the country and in Africa. Then our founding personnel of the university, their primary purpose will be accredited. When you look at the institution like motives of the university, when the mere cross-checking of the motto heights for progress, then it, if your brains have some rust, then you try to reason out, because every time be like, wow, I aim at the highest peak. You get it? So, but things sometimes people may be there, they read the word but they don't understand. Sometimes an advancement in explanation is very necessary. And when you tell your colleagues, you mentor them, you engage them, then people will come to understand you. Then it becomes very easy. You are very organized. If there is a need, as an army, as a technical body, the stakeholders of the university, the owners of the university, if there is a challenge, you have a capacity to write and call the president, through the chairperson of the University Council, and other related bodies. Because you don't have infrastructure. You need to accommodate, you have a population of 2,000 students, but you don't have infrastructure. So it's upon the incumbents, who are the members of the convocation army, to mobilize resources through other channels, call it mobilizations. Because in our policy, which will be our constitution, we shall be guided. How can you mobilize resources from the community? And that such finances, that to do what? Then it's when you brainstorm, be like, let us have 5-star, building. That building will be meant to be a library or a research center. That is a contribution we need to give to the university. We acknowledge the roles that have been played by other players, by other structures within the university, but there is always that ownership. I own this. Sometimes back we could go to Kampala, you get challenged. Sometimes when I was at Makerere, for us at Makerere, but you are from a university, and the best university actually, but you don't have that moral authority to brag, but it takes just time. We shall have the best of what we want, because we are one, we are united, and everything is possible. Let me allow my brother.
Okay, let's first go in a short break, then we come back with another part.
bagira orufumu olwabayise rwitwe oluli very meaningful olwina amakulu ag'amaanyi okugamba ngu amata gatahatwa lwagatahasireho ata kagatahatahoga tagatahata obwagatahata amata agagata kandi amata obwokumara gata tosobola okwongera okagayoramu.
Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you very much for reading my book. And I'm delighted, humbled, and excited to know that you still need more copies. We printed this book in South Africa, but we plan to print it in Uganda soon. At the moment, there are a few copies left. I have a few copies left. But when we print more, then we'll put them in the bookshops. That's all I can say, but I'm very happy, delighted, and humbled to know that you actually like and want my book. Mwebale muno. Thank you.
Fort TV, stay entertained.
Welcome back from the commercial break. Otulio tugenda maiso. Can hear you who are there. Please, mulize kurunge ebintu bino. That's why I'm giving this my guest time. Kuraba abasoboro boli ahero ko yetegereze kurungi. So actually, I wanted my other guest to add on what Arinda Osbert has been talking about.
I wish to thank Arinda for the good submissions. He has really put a bigger picture of what an alumni association stroke convocation ought to do. Yes, I count myself privileged as a graduate of the Mountains of the Moon University. Why? This is the only public university in the region, and it is by the efforts of the NRM government that they liberalized the education sector and gave the opportunity to private players to come up and help in the development of the education system and sector of our country. So I was happy watching the advert that ran. I saw our founding father, the Professor Rugumayo. I've been reading his book. It is a very insightful memoir of how he has managed to live over time. He has seen all the presidents we've had. That is something we can't take for granted. So the Alumnayo convocation is important in a way that for a young university like ours, when I talk of young, I mean in the public university setting, because I think this is the third year. Yeah, this is the third year we are celebrating as a public university. So like he did mention, the Universities and Other Tertiary Institutions Act of 2001 and amended in 2006 provides for a convocation as an arm of a public university. Private universities may have alumni associations, but for us, let me mention it like Museveni does. For us in public universities, it is the mandate of the university administrators to provide for the formation of a convocation. And why is the convocation important? The convocation in this context of a university means the coming together of the graduates of the university and some staff members for purposes of development in relation to the university. Now the MMU made us. It's our mother. Wherever we go, I can't dissociate from where? From MMU. And as we progress in life, we become big men.
Yeah, true.
We turn into politicians, we turn into technocrats. And then that means that at some point later in life, we have a role to play in giving back to our what? To our mother.
Yeah.
We must always come back and put things right and put things together. So that is the importance of a convocation. Over the 15 years our university has been in existence, it has managed to churn out almost 7,000 graduates. And I'm happy to report that among these, we've produced members of parliament, the emeritus woman MP of Fort Portal, Wabogo Sylvia, is our alumnus. The current woman MP is our alumnus. The former MP, Lawrence Akugizibwe Nchenjojo, is our alumnus.
Wow.
We have other big people in government ministries, departments and agencies, our alumnus. Our alumni are there out heading big NGOs. Others are in the diaspora, working hard, and they are big people. So what is the implication? In such an age or a time where unemployment is rife in this country of ours, and then you have people graduating with good degrees, and they move out there and they get lost in the bush, in the wilderness of Uganda, because one of the causes of unemployment is ignorance. The jobs will be out there, but you won't know. You won't know. Like they talk of the day that connections. That thing is very real and true. You need connections to get jobs. And this is where the convocation will come to play a role. Because when we come together, these big brothers, I must call them big brothers of ours, who are out there in the field, they've established themselves. Then they will be able to integrate us, mentor us, and get us absorbed in the system. But when you have no convocation, it means it's everyone on his own and God for us all, which is very bad. Because as a graduate of Mountains of the Moon University, I compete with the graduates of Makerere, the graduates of UCU, the graduates of Ondeje, Kampala International University, and at an international level, you find myself competing with graduates of Harvard, Cambridge, and Oxford. So that is not an easy field or an easy task. It calls for working together like never before. And that is why we've decided to commit our efforts in mobilizing colleagues who are out there to come for the inaugural general meeting of the alumni of the Mountains of the Moon University, a now public university. We look forward to great discussions and interactions on that day.
Wow, that's good.
Thank you so much, our brave moderator. I know our colleagues, some people may recall when you meet somebody, or the second student or the first student to graduate. But since the year of 2008, Mountains of the Moon University has made a total number of 6,814. When you look at the total number of 6,814, that's a big population.
Yeah, it is.
The population that has been polished, in innovation, in transformative work, in community engagement activities for socio-economic transformations. But look here, when you have such a big population, people are trained in forces or in serious companies. They normally call it a refresh-up course. Well, you're a medic, or you're a trained fighter, but you need a refresh-up course.
Yeah.
But such refresh-up course, they call it a refresh-up course, but many things happen. Look, if our focus is to champion the ideas and cherish them from our founders, then it cannot be okay with these days. But it has to be more technical. We'll give a contribution. I normally share with my colleagues. My first time to meet Professor Okumani, he was still writing his book.
That's when you met him?
Yeah, he was still writing the book, told me it will be the best book, and it's the best book.
Yeah, indeed it is.
But what I've never tried to forget even a single, Michael Second. He told me, I told you just a few minutes ago, we asked our questions, we asked ourselves, technical questions, what can we give back to our people? But if you're a member of an army, you're a member of the convocation, and you're not asking yourself such technical questions, then you may be a problem. And that's why recently Mzee Museveni, in his quote, I quote Mzee Museveni, said, you may be young biologically, but old ideologically. And again, you may be old biologically, but ideologically very young. The common factor there is ideas. What is your right ideology for total transformation of Africa? As we ask ourselves, as members of the convocation meetings of the university, what is our contribution to democracy, to Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and patriotism, stock nationalism? Then, such technical questions, which are 4 principles of national resistance movement, they tickle our minds. Then we'll be like, there is a need for us to come together and to cherish the good ideals. So my request, or to my prayer, to our viewers, and to people who listen to us, and people who will get comments, if you know any member of Army of Mountains of the University, inform their colleague on Saturday from 10 a.m. There will be a meeting at the Mountains of the University in the current mini hall, or in the new mini hall, that is the block for School of Education, whereby we are going to meet. And the university, they call it a mature entry. You'll find a young man of 25 discussing with an elder of 70 years. Because all of us, we passed the gates of Alma Mater. But I normally tell colleagues, we must stand with a principle. Never say a promise never to leave the gates of Alma Mater. Alma Mater, it is a university, so you must have that strong confidence that I will never leave the gates of Mountains of the University.
By the way, to those you've tried to reach out to, what's their reaction? Are they showing you any interest in this, or?
Thank you so much, because the idea is everybody welcomes, most people, everybody actually is welcoming the idea, because it is an idea of liberalization, the idea of transformative action, and the idea that calls it is a comeback technical talk, a technical discussion. So everybody is embracing the idea, and we have people who are in the diaspora, we have people in Togo, we have people now in other parts of the country, like Somalia, like Sudan, like Guru, we have people in Mbari, we have people in Kampala. But when you discuss people, space people around, they tell you, I'll be there.
Okay,
and
that's
all
good
of us are
if their
praying for good
response is
life.
nice.
And people who are in diaspora, they're saying we need to have other means of communication.
Wow.
Can we have such a discussion? Let us have two model of the two model format of the discussion of the meeting. If I'm in China or in America, I can't make it to Kampala, Uganda, to Fort Portal City. Let me have, we are in the first industrial revolution, whereby whatever we do, anybody can access it at any time. So we are discussing with the management, the personnel who invited us to see how best can we develop an alternative that can help our colleagues who may not make it to be there physically, but they wish to be there physically. In the same way, some of them may be a bit, weak. You may develop a general body weakness, and you cannot be in a position to travel for a longer distance. But you can listen. You have a look at your colleagues. Then you refresh up your mind. Okay. So to our brave colleagues, I call you. Chase the idea, on the idea, and stand to say, I will never leave the gates of mountains of the university, because it's a land that feeds us. That's why we respect it, because it's a land that respects us. My speaking, my ideology, which is a right ideology, rated to 4 principles of the national resistance movement, just from the hill. And I call it a horror hill because it has given me whatever I want in life. So let us meet once again. We discuss, we cross-check, we see how best can we do the best convocation. Not only here in Uganda, but Africa and world over. I think if you have the university anthem, maybe after our program, you play university anthem. People have the minds in our university because it is our university song. When you sing it, you cross-check where the university is located. You cross-check the primary purposes, to help members in the community. Community coming back to the university, and such mutual relationships. So it becomes very easy. And what I want to tell my colleagues, under convocation, that's where programs like interguild competitions, like to say the guild of 2008 is going to have a friendly match with the guild of 2012. You get how we can cross the gap. Which means such games, they will give us more relationships. When I say, when we make fixtures, a student who graduated in 2023 is good to meet a student who graduated in 2014. 24, it brings the real picture. And in such games, it's when our brothers and sisters can discuss. You did which course? Where are you nowadays? Can we mobilize? It becomes much easier. And from convocations, it's when our team agree. Can we have a dinner? This is MMU convocation dinner. But what is the purpose of this dinner? To share experience, and to share the challenges that we're encountering in real life. Then it becomes easy, and that complexity tends to lose, and we discuss. And we have our brothers who don't have wives, they are not yet married. We have our sisters, they wish to get married, but they cannot find the beloved one. And sometimes the guy who wanted to marry you, you lost your phone, or you lost his phone. But from such discussions, we shall build families, and when I marry you, you are an alumnus, I'm an alumnus, and we subscribe to one party and we have leadership. When we are to have our party, if we are to have a ring, then it becomes easy to say, colleagues, one of us will have a party. Can we stand with him or her? You can contribute, becomes very easy. And apart from happiness, sometimes we get rightful challenges. You can lose your beloved one. You can lose, you can encounter a challenge in life. Then it becomes easy for colleagues
to give you
a support and to feel you are loved, to feel home. And when you have a challenge, you know, people should call.
Others even complete and they just go home
because you don't have an umbrella that can unite you. That's why our call still stands. Come on Saturday, let us discuss, let us make a tentative work plan,
bringing that unity
that can help us to have a strong unity that we shall call this is a popular body of Mountains of the Moon University, and to stand on these objectives. Our primary objective, let us have the smart database.
Okay.
Let us organize different convocational dinners. Let us mobilize activities like football matches between different years. You know, let us sponsor the best students, because the primary purpose of the annulment is to save the students who are still at university, because they are brothers, they are sisters. Then as a convocation, as an annulment, be like the student who will get a first class, we are going to give him or her a startup capital of 10 million. Or we shall be in a position to trouble for him or her a job. It becomes very easy, and you know, it is humanity. And some of us, when you have some small money, when you give it out, you give it to somebody, there is a way you feel happy, you feel satisfied. I'm going to give an example. When you're a parent and your child eats well, is praying, very happy, the joy is joy, even if you don't eat,
you feel
satisfied. That's why people are in love. When you're in love, you don't eat a lot, because you are happy. You understand? So we want to create a such situation, which is a conducive environment for all of us to benefit, because it is easy and people have done it. And for us, since we have it is a past paper, we shall do others. So we shall keep respecting the principles of never to leave the gates of Mountains of the Moon University, but in the same way, building different co-curricular activities and cores that can help us. And what makes the university, it serves as members of Alumni Convocation to write many articles, many journals, and we publish them. And it becomes easy for people outside there to understand what Mountains of the Moon do exactly. People will be very appreciative, people will be encouraging, and even when I say I want to go for my doctorate, it becomes easy for my colleagues to mobilize for me funds, because I'm not in a position. If I'm to raise the funds to build up, to finish up my project. So we want to have such a conducive environment, politically, socially, economically, and religious affairs, to see how best can we serve our community. And how, if you are to serve your community, what do you need? You need a strong body.
Exactly.
And a strong body cannot exist without a strong leadership.
True.
When you have visionary leaders, people who think and they love the future, then that's the way to go. Sometimes when I see my chancellor, Professor Umaya Moti, there is a way I feel satisfied. I'd be like, this guy has enjoyed his world, has enjoyed earth and heaven. Because what he did at his youthful stage, he didn't do it because he was going to produce, he was going to fill the university daughters and sons. You understand? But I think, you know, when he sees I have 6,814 students who have passed in the university, why I carried the brick to go to my colleagues and we got a structure. And now they are LMPs, they sit in National Assembly, whereby Professor Gumayo, he was a member of National Consultative Council and was a speaker of this country.
Wow.
You get, there is a way how he feels happy. Then in the same way, when we have a member, when we have our colleagues who are our members of our convocation, somebody says, I want to contest as an LMP or chairperson who survive. It's upon us to support that person. And the Two Mountains of the Moon University is having 20 MPs in National Assembly. That's a credit for us.
It is.
So we shall have try to simplify a big gap. And nothing else an army or a convocation can do apart from that. Because we must hold ourselves, we must be very broad, visionary, determined, and we must be critical thinkers. We must be philosophers. You get, when you are to liberate the nature, when you are to liberate the world, the best tool is building a design thinking as a tool. When you have a design thinking as a tool, it becomes easier for you to deploy your tool and you harvest. And when we have that, it's when we shall affirm some determinants of life. You'll be quite sure our economic base now is going to change. And when the economic base of our society changes, then the superstructure of necessity will conform. So which means when you have been seeing people moving naked, doing an evil work, because they have been empowered from different programs, then they will change.
Yeah,
the people of Toro, the people of Uganda who benefit from this program, they will get enough money. When they get enough money, they will pay revenue to the government. When they get enough money, they cannot join rebel group in Congo.
No,
when they get enough money, they will feel happy.
Yeah,
when they get enough money, they cannot be burdened to government because everybody is empowered. So that is our target, that is our focus, to see how best can we create a remarkable solution.
Wow, it's a very
Something
nice idea.
not to be, it is going to take to be for 2 years, but to be a lifetime program. Because I have a strong belief we have people who are very young and energetic ideologically. They will be in position, that body will be in position to create the leadership. The leadership that will have the real picture of the future and their applications. When you plan to go for a war, you understand the gravity, the center of gravity of your enemy. And in our case, our enemy is divided in 3 areas: poverty, diseases, and ignorance. That's why we have issues. Poverty, diseases, and ignorance. That is our enemy. But I've said, look, as members from mountains of the university, with the best lecturers, with the best philosopher, you know, let us sit together, let us design a program, let us all of us have a design thinking as a tool. We develop, you must develop it.
Yeah.
I think you know when you have a computer, you develop a window. So design thinking as a tool, it's you to develop it. It will be a new window that will overshadow and it will become the best window. And that window will help us to challenge our enemy, who is in 3 areas: poverty, ignorance, and diseases. So that's why we call our colleagues, let us come together in our different areas. If you're Musawo and you are supported, this is an economist, the other one is a teacher, or we sit together. When we go for a certain responsibility for a war, and in our case we know our enemy. When you Musawo, I'm very energetic, I will carry you. But when I suffer from malaria, you give me a treatment.
Yeah.
But this is the best fighter. He is be holding a gun. Then you have your Professor Gumayo, who is a think tanker. His is to give you ideology that will help you to survive. Omanya bagamba obumuzira kumugisa bagamuziwe yakumugisa, it becomes your breast already. And engari ibiri zinabisana. When 2 hands, 1 hand is to wash another. Engari ibunuko nabisana. So we shall be in a position to see how best we can perform and how best we can out challenge our enemy.
Okay.
So
thank you so much, Mr. Osbert. By the way, to tackle closing this show, can we tackle her recent graduation? Yeah, MMU.
Yes, thank you so much. When you look at our recent graduation, we had a total number of 642 members who graduated. Out of 642, 305 they were female, and then 337 they were male. Yeah. So that's a total number. Male, it was just a simple difference of just 32. Otherwise, the total the number was going to be equivalent. But to discuss on the recent graduation, it had the best theme, I think, the theme for the year: inclusive education in agriculture, tourism, and environment for sustainable solutions in national development. Literally, when you look at education, you look at tourism and environment, you master them, you teach people how to utilize them. I'm going to give you an example. We are in the fourth port of tourism city. It is a city already, right? But now, if it is a tourism city, what do we need? We have a big population. We need food and security. But remember, we must coexist with the environment. So that is inclusive education in agriculture, tourism, and environment for sustainable solutions and national development. The moment we capture that, you put it in your minds. Let me deploy my education in agriculture, in tourism, and environment, and I will create a sustainable solution for national development. It becomes easy. We have our great personnel who inspires in different aspects and aspects of life. Professor Rugumayo, I will talk about him almost every time because he's my living God.
Okay.
He gives a living testimony. When you meet him, you don't need to read a lot of books. He will tell you how Uganda got independence, what happened, each and everything, face to face in interaction. And I'm very happy and appreciative as a professor. I'm very happy and appreciative of Professor for giving out his book, giving the lifetime experience that has enabled us to move. So when you look at that recent graduation, we are guided, inclusive agriculture, inclusive agriculture, tourism, and environment for sustainable goals for national development. It was our case, and we owned it, and it gave the real picture of the region, of Uganda and Africa at large. That's why we are very appreciative. And together we can challenge our enemy. We are going to challenge our enemy, and in the shortest time our enemy will rise up. So let me allow my comment submit.
Okay.
One of the great social scientists who lived, Professor Franz Fanon, remarked that every generation out of relative obscurity must discover its mission, fulfill it or betray it. Now if we are to do a deep analysis of that statement in relation to our Mount of the Moon University, our founding fathers, the generation of the Professor Rugumayos, fulfilled their generational mission. Having done the analysis of the education sector in the country at that time, being intellectuals of the time, came back home here in Fort Portal with little resources and constraints here and there. They established this university. Over the years, we thank God, it's now what a public university. Public university is coming with a convocation to bring together all the gallantry that has passed through the gates of this university. Now, this helps in a way that as the alumni of this university, we must contribute to the development of our society. And like I did tell you, our alumni are out there in the community. They are blessed. Some of them are tycoons. They have the money. And when we come together under convocation, is what we call an endowment fund. This is a fund that is set by a university to collect resources, financial resources from well-wishers to support works like scholarships and research programs. Because a university becomes a university when it is felt by the community. Your works must be felt by the members of the community. As a university which is stationed in the tourism hub of Uganda and an agricultural hub, our work must be felt. If diseases are coming and they are attacking bananas, then it should be our students, our lecturers, our professors and researchers to come up with the solutions to such problems. Also, every year, I don't have the clear statistics, but from my experience, in the 5 years I was at university, some students drop out of university because they are unable to meet the financial needs. They are bright upstairs, but because they are constrained, they are unable to do what? To proceed and achieve their dreams in life. So this is where the endowment fund of the convocation would be of help. Now these students who are talented academically are able to be supported and they achieve their what?
Their goals.
Their goals. Then lastly, I want to congratulate the senior 6 vacists who are out there in the community, those who are able to pass their exams and they have 2 to 3 principal passes that they can be admitted for a degree or diploma courses. I want to implore you and inspire you to join Mountains of the Moon University. This is a university of the future. This is a prestigious university of the future and a world-class university. Last week I visited the university. I paid the courtesy call. I was happy to see some infrastructure taking place. The government of Uganda has committed, I think, up to 60 billion to put up the best infrastructure at the university. The infrastructure will be overseeing the Lake Saka and the Rwenzori ranges. What a university. What a time to be alive. I can assure you, and I speak this with confidence, people will be moving from all over the corners of the world to come and attain education at the Mountains of the Moon University.
Even now, there are very many who come from far by now.
People will be moving from all over Africa, from all over the world to come and be at the Mountains of the University.
Okay.
I thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Anything?
Maybe once again, I congratulate our vacists from the 6 colleagues. If you have to get the best university, you should not go to another university. But the Mountains of the Moon University is the best university. That is just very clear in its mission. Just mean to provide innovation, transformative education, research and community engagement programs for socio-economic transformation. I've shared with my colleagues. Sometimes when I share with people, I tell them I'm strengthened by the strong words of one of my colleagues whom I love as role model, Joseph Shabalala, the founder of Red Days Mambazo in South Africa. He said, the task ahead of us will never ever be greater than the power within us. The power we have inside is going to challenge the task that is ahead of us. So, to our brave viewers, the people of Uganda, and everybody who come across this talk, I love you, and the Mountains of the University loves you, NRM loves you, and the government of Uganda loves you. For people who believes in NRM, and I think everybody should believe in NRM, go and register in your book. It is very important. When you register in your book, you will have more authority and the powers under the Constitution. So please let us go and register in big masses.
Okay.
The sick and people are weak, so best you can get them to be the real members in the Yellow Book.
Okay.
Otherwise, God bless you. Heights for progress for God and my country.
Amen. Okay, so as for today, I think twagarukira hano. Thanks a lot abe batuliriza bali ahero oku. Let me hope that muegere mubyone babembabaza and senior 6 vacants who are there. Mugenda MMU mfune kikaro registering. It's a very nice university, I'm telling you. I remain TRINAH. Let me hope that everyone is okay with whatever I've said. So have a blessed day. Bye.
Fort TV. Stay entertained.